I want to talk a little bit about the technical aspect, and sort of get into the weeds a little bit on it, because consulting is if you're just hearing about it and you don't get specific, people can have a lot of opinions. We're going to, bring people together. We're going to outline your vision. You know the drill. But Falkirk is not. They've got a lot of depth on their team. As I've gotten to know the company, I figured out pretty quickly. Oh, this is. These aren't just a couple consultants who got together and want to give an opinion. Can we talk a little bit just about the technical prowess? You already touched on a couple people, but I'd like to dig into a little bit more for people watching, just the level that your team is coming with.
No, fair enough. And yeah, it is. Every once in a while, I talk to someone and they go, "Well, what do you do?" And I go, "Okay, which layer do we want to get into here?" And sometimes I just go, "Oh, I work in consulting," and they're like, "Oh, you're one of those." You just talk to people and charge a bunch of money. But I do think that at Falkirk, there's always been a huge emphasis placed on hiring really, really good people with really strong skill sets and strong backgrounds and good subject matter expertise.
Yeah.
So, we're starting.
Well, starting with the founders. I mean, the founders are.
Well, exactly. I mean, you look at someone like Mike. He's held almost every role you could possibly hold in the mining industry. Max was the mine manager at the Britannia mine for a year, so that's just a little mine, kind of a big deal. Jen, tons of depth of experience, managing EA processes. So starting with the founding partners, they've been in the trenches, they've worked in those roles, they know exactly what our clients are going through, and the whole ethos behind Falkirk is acting in an owner's representative capacity, and acting as if we own the project, and with the project and the owner's best considerations in mind. So I mean, earlier I was saying, oh, we got to pump the brakes, we got to slow down, we got to do everything right, and that's true. But at the same time,
Yes.
we are beholden to schedules and milestones, and you need to kind of keep the pace up. So it's our job to kind of find that balance between ensuring that it is done correctly, because it has to be done, while also, motivating our team and all the other teams that, frequently on these projects, we end up in a very kind of, hub and spoke type thing where we're working with a ton of other different consulting companies as part of a, collective team to drive these projects forward. So, making sure that everyone's bought in on the project and where we have to go and how and when we have to get there is super important. But, that the expertise is super important there. You can work with other companies, and they've got, sometimes they throw their junior folks to the wolves a little bit, and they haven't necessarily walk the walk, so to say, but they're talking a lot of talk, and sometimes you get stuck in a position where something's stuck, you don't really know where to go with it. A lot of the folks on our team, they've been there, they've done that. They know what to do, they know how to kind of unstick these things and move it forward in a way that respects corporate priorities and schedule, while also maintaining quality and the good quality of the work.
Are you getting into things like modeling and risk management? How deep are you going with the work that you're actually delivering to the client?
You mean me personally, or
no, Falkirk?
Oh, I mean, yeah. We do very sophisticated predictive water quantity and quality modeling. There's a whole risk assessment component with that. First you have to generate the numerical outputs. You go through the modeling process, and I'm speaking specifically just kind of to water and water modeling here, because we do multi-criteria analysis and risk assessment on all kinds of other components of the project as well. Strength of relationships and trust with communities and Indigenous and First Nation communities, just general project risks outside of the water space too. But yeah, I mean, in the water stewardship group specifically, we do a lot of modeling. We really kind of dig into the numbers and make sure that there's a really solid basis and foundation from which to move forward, and kind of think holistically about how the project moves forward. Are there any risks? How do we mitigate those? How do we kind of solve the problems before they happen, ideally?